helps you put out content that you know is going to reach people and that you know your audience, your target audience, is going to like. What's up guys, it's PC Man 101 here, and I'm back at it again with another video. So today's video is just going to be another sitting down, just chill talk video, and it's also part of my beginner YouTube series. Now, just for anyone who's wanting to start out on YouTube, who doesn't know what they're doing, what to do, you know, needs a bit of advice, that's what this whole series is for. So I've got a bunch of other videos in a playlist. I'll link it just if you want to check them out. But today's video is going to be top 5 apps that you need for YouTube. So without further ado, let's get started. So the number 1 app I've got is YouTube Studio. With YouTube Studio, you can check your stats, your analytics, your channel, which if you're trying to start out and you're trying to grow, see what people want, what people don't want, how people are reacting to your content, this definitely is the app that you need. If there's any background noise, ignore that. There's just work going on currently down the road. But this app will definitely help you track that. You can track all sorts of different things. You can, if I can, I'll put like a video recording somewhere of me just showing you the different things. But with this app, you can track your audience, so you can see who subscribed, you can see your demographics, so age, where people are from, you can see your content as well, so how your content is performing, so what your click-through rate is, what your impressions is. If you're not sure these terms, your impressions basically means, if I can try and explain it in a simple way myself, because I've only recently understood what this meant, because I didn't know what it meant until I had someone to explain it. But impressions is when you post a YouTube video, it just gets sent out and put on people that like content like what you make. So people who follow content similar to yours, it'll get pushed to them. And then the click-through rate is how many people will click on your video and actually watch it from getting that sent to them. So usually your impressions is quite high, but then sometimes, depending if how many people actually clicked through to the video or not, your click rate can be higher or lower, depending. And then you've got your watch time, and your hourly watch time, which is like an average of, like, I think it's like an average of how much, I think so. I think it's like an average of how long your videos have watched for. I'm not really too sure about that, but I think that's what it means. But it shows you all of that, and it shows you your reach, so it shows you how many, like, things like that. So it shows you really specific stats that you can use, and once you know what they mean and what the different ones mean and what, like, number you want to get to, then you can use it to keep track. And you can also use it when you upload a video. You can also use it for your views. I know you can use that on YouTube as well. You can check out on YouTube, but it shows you your views in a more specific way. So it'll show you how long people have stayed in that video for, and it helps you to understand your audience and your content. So then it helps you put out content that you know is going to reach people and that you know your audience, your target audience, is going to like. So it's kind of really good. So let's move on to number 2. Number 2 is iMovie. Now, iMovie is for editing your videos. Now, this depends what you edit your videos on, because I think with iMovie you do have to pay for it. I think I have to check, like, you'd have to look and check, but I'm sure you have to pay for it. But I think because of my phone, I got it just as for free. It just came with my phone. And I think if you get like some computers, it comes with it, so you don't have to pay for it, but that's not the case with a lot of them. But it's really good with editing. It's quite simple, and you don't necessarily need to be like all the other bigger YouTubers out there, the more popular YouTubers who probably put all these effects in and all these things and different things in. It can just help you to keep it simple whilst you're learning, because it's got some nice effects on it, and you can still like do quite good videos with it, like voiceovers. You can add sound effects, things like that, and I love it, to be honest with you. Number 3 is Canva. Now Canva I use for thumbnails. So Canva, if you're not sure what Canva is, it's basically a I can't really describe it, to be honest. You can make anything on Canva, basically, from postcards to posters, social media. So if you wanted to use it for your Instagram highlight stories, or an Instagram story, or like a Facebook post, or your YouTube banner, you can use it for social media. You can use it for anything, really, for greeting cards, for all sorts. It's just like, it's like endless. But I use it for thumbnails, and I don't really do too much on there. I just make the basic thumbnail. So I'll just have whatever the picture is, add the text for what the title of the video is, and then my usual things, and then I'll edit my thumbnail on a different app, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But I use it just to get the thumbnail with the picture and the title, and then the rest of the editing is on a different app, but I just use it as the base. But some people will just edit their whole thing on Canva. Now Canva is really good for that. It's got some good effects on it, some good things that you can use, and you can just play around with it and see what you think. But I personally, I've used it for other things. So I've used it for like icons and stuff like that. But it's really good, and I would recommend it. And Canva is also free, so you can definitely use that. Now, number 4 is PixArt. Now again, this is free, and I use this for my thumbnails. So I'll go on to Canva first, just to kind of make the overall layout, and then PixArt is when I really like edit it, make it all, make it look nice, basically. And again, with PixArt, there's a lot of different things you can do with thumbnails if you get really creative with it. I've seen a lot of YouTubers actually use PixArt and just to add different things to it. And if you're just starting out with your thumbnails and you want to make them look really good, edited, and you want them to, really reflect how good your video is, because if you're just starting out, one bit of advice you need to know is your thumbnails really are the thing that gets people on your videos, as well as the title, the thumbnails as well. So people will look at a thumbnail and then they'll check the title, and then it'll make them whether they want to click on the video or not. So thumbnails are very important. So I would say with thumbnails, make sure, to start out with, you're just using something simple, easy to learn. I love, on PixArt especially for thumbnails, I love the drawing feature. So sometimes I'll draw around myself, like a little outline sometimes. The 5th app, I would say, is Fonto. Now, this again is mainly for thumbnails, but it's basically, so Fonto, if you don't know, Fonto is an app where you can add text to photos. So it's basically like Canva, but less. So on Fonto, you upload a picture to it, and then you can add text, And then I think you can add shapes on there, and there's like another bit, but that's it. It's more simpler than Canva. But the difference between Canva and Fonto, I believe, is I know Fonto, you can add custom fonts. So I've done it before where if I've wanted to use a custom font for a certain thumbnail, I'll make the image on Canva without adding any text, and then I'll add the text in, and then I'll put that photo onto Fonto, and then I'll add the text in that custom font. So I've got a Friends custom font, and I've got a Harry Potter custom font, which I've used before. And if you're not sure about custom fonts, you can get them from dafont.com. They have loads on there that you can have a look at and download for free. But Fonto, again, is really simple. There's not really much to it. But I like it in terms of the way that you can use custom fonts. You can also add, like, I don't know if you can do this on Canva, but I know with Fonto you can like add it so the text is like curved, if that makes any sense. It's like curved like this. With Fonto, I'm not sure if you can do it on Canva. If you can, then I'm just wrong, but I'm not sure. Now I will at some point upload a video about how I edit my videos and how I do my thumbnails, etc. If you're interested in that as part of this series to help you. But I hope that this has helped you. Without further ado, that is the end of this video, and you've liked this video. So yeah, please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more content. It's free, and I know from looking on my YouTube studio that most of you that watch my videos, there's more of you that are not subscribed than subscribed, and I'm quite happy with how consistent I'm being with my channel as well, because if you know me and you've been subscribed for a long time, you know there's a few times where I just like not film and everything, but now I'm actually keeping to it, pre-filming consistently and just keeping up with it. I feel like I'm doing well, and our community is growing, so I'm glad. I like that. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.